Hey guys, it's me Samantha from CosmeticCandiesFYI.com and welcome back to my channel. So today's video was going to be my 6-week and final update on this hair that I have installed, which is the Luvin Aliexpress Brazilian loose wave hair. And I have in 3 bundles in my hair and a lace closure. And if you guys want to know more about this hair, I will link my initial impressions and 2-week update video in the description box below, as well as a link to my blog post, which will tell you more about the hair. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want this video to be long. And of course, it's just going to be my final update. I'm not going to talk too much about the specs of this hair. But if you are wondering, I do have in 3 bundles again, and I have my longest length is 20, then I have a 16 inch, an 18 inch, and a 14 inch closure, I believe. Yeah. So 20 inches, 18 inches, 16 inches, and a 14 inch closure. And again, the texture is Brazilian loose wave. And I just have it in 2 pigtails today because I was just feeling really lazy. But I will include some clips as well as pictures of the hair in its naturally curly state when I styled it with heat, all of that jazz. It will all be on my blog if you want to see the hair in different looks. Before I get into my final review, I just want to touch on something really quick for you guys because it's been an ongoing conversation and a bit of concern to me now. I've heard a lot of talk and I've actually seen a lot of videos from people that have tried Luvin hair and they've hated it. The amount of videos that I've seen and the amount of blog posts that I've seen have been more negative as opposed to positive, especially for Luvin hair, for this particular brand of hair. And some people have even said, oh, you know, they send the gurus or the beauty enthusiasts or the vloggers, bloggers like myself, they send us the good hair, and then their regular customers that are paying out of pocket and spending their own coins on their hair, they're sending them hair that's not even that great. I don't know how true this is. I can only speak on the hair that has been sent to me. So my review is solely based on my personal experience with the hair that was sent to me. I'm not saying that this hair is good because it was sent to me for free. Again, this is my personal experience on what I've gone through with this hair. It has nothing to do with the fact that I did not pay for this hair. So I don't want people to think that my opinion is swayed because the hair was sent to me for review and I did not pay for it myself. I know how it is to come out of pocket and pay for hair yourself and spend your own hard-earned coins on some hair, okay? So I would never get on here and lie to you guys. I'm going to always tell you how I honestly and truly feel. Alright, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, on a more lighter note, let's get into this final update and review. It's been about 4 weeks, probably a little more than 4 weeks since I've had this hair installed. And you guys, overall, this hair has been really good to me. To me, this hair is still on the lower maintenance side of things. I don't find myself having to do too much maintenance to this hair. I think the longer you have it in, the more you will find that it will tangle and it will tend to mat and, you know, get matted and get tangled. But curly hair or wavy hair in general is very prone to tangling and matting, so you have to be careful. You do have to spend some time detangling the hair. I think the first 2 or 3 weeks that I had this hair in, I could run my fingers through this hair with no problems at all. Around the 4th, 5th, and 6th week, I started to notice that it was getting very tangled and matted often. And to me, that's attributed to the fact that my braids are hanging at this point. I have so much new growth underneath this install. Throughout the first 3 weeks, I had very minimal shedding, very minimal tangling with this hair. When it hit around the 4th week, like I said, it started to tangle a lot more. I don't think the shedding, there wasn't much shedding. To me, I think a lot of people have different views of shedding. I contribute shedding to when you run your fingers through your hair, does hair come out? When you brush the hair or comb the hair, does hair come out? After the first 4 weeks, I got a lot of shedding only when I brushed the hair heavily or combed it to detangle it. If it got really tangled and I had to brush it out or comb it out, I was getting a lot of hair and a lot of strands coming out. But even now, if I were to just run my fingers through the hair, no hair comes out. But when I really manipulate this hair and I really comb it or brush it with a Denman brush or comb it out with one of these combs or something, I will get a couple of strands. Styling this hair for me has been fairly easy because I don't really do a lot to it. 90% of the time I'm wearing the hair in its natural wavy state. I just use a little bit of my conditioner and water concoction. If you do want to see how I style and maintain this hair, I have a video up for that. I will leave the link below in the description box and you can check that out, and it'll show you how I style this hair with and without heat. Without heat, I just use my water and conditioner concoction. It takes me a total of what, 10 to 15 minutes to go throughout the hair, spray it with my water bottle, scrunch it up a little bit and define the curls and let it air dry, and I'm good to go. As far as heat styling, the only heat style that I've done with this hair so far is wand curl it, and that really just gives it more of a defined pattern and it makes it a little bit more bouncier and a lot more fuller, and it does give it a sleeker look. I have not straightened this hair with a flat iron, so I really can't talk about how it straightens. Before I put any heat on it and did the wand curl style, it was super curly. It was almost a curl. It wasn't really wavy. It was almost a curl. But after I've wand curled it a couple times, I noticed that it will get wavy and it won't get as wavy as it used to when I first installed it. So I think that I can go on the record of saying you may not want to put a lot of heat to this particular hair often if you want it to go back to its curly style, because I think the more heat you put on this, the more heat you put on this, the harder it will be for this to revert back to its naturally wavy texture. This set, the closure, the three wefts, the 3 bundles I mean, were about $190, and I think that for the price that they're asking, it is really decent quality hair, and I would reuse this. When I take this out, I plan on washing it, conditioning it, putting it back in the pack, and saving it for another install, because even with the shedding that I've experienced with this hair, it's so full that it doesn't look like I've lost any strands of hair, and I think this hair bounces back very well. And I definitely want to see how long I can keep this hair and how long it's going to last me, how many installs I can do with this hair. But so far, I don't have too much to say about this hair. You guys will know that if you watched my initial video, the one thing that I was a little iffy about with this hair is the closure. I probably would invest in doing a silk based closure because that looks a little bit more realistic. But if you are on a budget, this will do the trick for you and it will get the job done. I have had so many people ask me, like, is that your real hair? Is that your real hair? And it's not until you get up close and personal and you are staring at my scalp that you can see that it is in fact a lace closure. From far away, from a couple of feet away, you're going to think that it's really my hair. So I've been pleased with the closure. I would prefer to have a silk based closure, but the lace closure works just fine. Besides the minimal shedding and some of the matting and tangling that I've experienced, I have not experienced anything too horrible with this hair to make me say that I wouldn't repurchase. Based on what I've experienced with this hair and the hair that was sent to me, I would repurchase this hair. As far as me now knowing what I know about a lot of the other negative reviews that a lot of other people have put out there about this hair, that's the only thing that makes me iffy. If I were to spend my own coins, I would be a little bit iffy about that. So that's pretty much it for my 6-week and final update of this hair that I have installed from Luvin Aliexpress.com. If you guys are interested in checking out their website, I will leave the link below, as well as a link to my blog so that you guys can read a more in-depth review on what I think about this hair. If you guys have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave them below and I'll be sure to get back to that as quickly as I can. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.